My pranams to Sadguru, Swami Sri Hari Prasad, members of the clergy, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you. I'm glad to be here and thank you very much for the kind invitation. First and foremost, I must mention that I stepped down as the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Humanities last month because I was appointed the Chairman of a corporation by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. And on Thursday I had the privilege of having lunch with the President, and he wanted me to tell all of you that India is very important for Sri Lanka, and we will do our best to work with India to maintain peace and harmony. I intend to speak on internal harmony, which will lead to external harmony with focus on Sri Lanka. As you know, the individual human is really the first mover. It is indeed a very special day for me, and I got a call from my wife in the morning. We spoke of domestic issues and issues of our sons, and of course the old house and the leaking roof, etc. But ladies and gentlemen, I forgot that it is our 25th wedding anniversary. So I apologized. I apologized many times, and the call ended in peace. So now you agree that justice leads to peace. Yeah. Okay. So my understanding, ladies and gentlemen, is that Sri Lankans are hopelessly divided. I'm sorry to say this as a Sri Lankan, but when I analyze my lifetime and the history, they are hopelessly divided. That is the primary reason for this financial crisis that we are in today. This is my view. And I take this opportunity to thank the government and the people of India for helping us during the crisis. We had a very tough time, no fuel, no cooking gas, no medicine, etc. a year ago. When I turn the spotlight onto Sri Lanka, I see many who claim for justice do not practice it. It is not visible within their families, villages, associations, etc. As you know, we are a democratic state. Democracy isn't autochthonous or homegrown in Sri Lanka. As you and I, as both countries are aware that we have been having kings for the last 2,500 years. You have been having powerful emperors for more period than 2,500 years. So democracy was given to us from top. Sri Lankans got the right to vote at 18 years in 1931, long before the people of England. It was a recommendation of the Donamo Commission, which was appointed by the British Empire to see what is good for Sri Lanka in the future as a system of governance. But it's unfortunate that we failed to implement most of the good recommendations of the Donamo Commission. If I may add, the name Donamo Commission comes because the chairman of the commission was the 6th Earl of Donamo. It was not his name. So since 1931, we have come a long way to be a financially bankrupt state. Fortunately, we are recovering. I'm very happy about that. One might say that Sri Lankans do not have arithmetical minds. I do agree. I'm also very weak in arithmetic. And Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, I was an intern under him long time back. And he personally told me that when I was there, that Sri Lankans are weak in arithmetic. And when I left, he told me that, son, when you get home, you tell your people that even when they do charity, look at it from a business management point of view. So I see some other aspects as well. We have to know more that we are a plural state. Even now, ladies and gentlemen, with all this technology and mobile phones and smartphones, etc., still some people, they don't believe that. But we are a plural state. When we think that way, the orchestrated extremism will have no place. One community shouldn't be helped at the expense of another. That is what I believe, and that is what the government believes, very especially President Vikram Singh. 700 years ago, the son of a queen from Chennai, a mother from Chennai, and a father from Sri Lanka, a Sinhala father, gave us a son who was the most strongest ruler to rule the country for 50 years before colonization. He was that was Parakramabahu the sixth. He was the last man to unite the country before Western colonization. We leased a small island off our western coast, which is still there, to the Arabs to come and trade with us. So those who are afraid of getting foreign support and trade relations should remember those things. The island is there, the Arabs are gone, and we are bankrupt. But 700 years ago, we were smart enough to get the international community involved so that there was a win-win cooperation. The habit of blaming outside world has been very strong. That should change. If you are a cricket fan, I'm sure most of you are. I know very little about cricket, but I took this example because it is part of our society. Recently, some ill-informed Sri Lankans roared, as lions, nothing to do with RAW generally, that Indian cricket officials are responsible for issues in Sri Lankan cricket. That is not true. That is not true. That is the stand of the government as well. I requested my students on many occasions during this to read more about the late Robert Senanayake. If you don't know the name, he was the second son of our first Prime Minister D.S. Senanayake and the only brother of our second Prime Minister Dudley Senanayake. He had a pet lioness, which I have seen back in the 70s in his home. He had Bengali tigers, Sri Lankan leopards, and very specially a African lioness named Elsa. I have experienced the lioness very close by because my grandfather was a party member of Prime Minister Senanayake's party. The lioness roared at everything but never did Robert when he was the chairman of Sri Lanka cricket. So that is a lesson that Sri Lankans should learn. With maturity and conflict prevention skills, Robert Senanayake managed Sri Lanka cricket. Similarly, it is time to put the economy on track. That is impossible without the support from Sri Lankan diaspora, very especially, irrespective of race and religious beliefs. So we have the capacity, the government can't do it alone, and the statesmanship of the highest order is required from every citizen, within the country and outside the country. I am sure we shall succeed. Whether we shall be remembered or not, that future will decide. Thank you very much.